Welcome. This is the full moon in Scorpio. Welcome, welcome. All right. We have kind of a lot to talk about today. Where do I want to begin? This is we'll talk about the astrology. I want to talk a little bit about um yeah, we'll talk about the astrology and then we're going to go into the gene keys for a little bit. And then we will go into some of the dream arc animals with the gene keys. And then we'll have time at the end for questions and to figure out where this is happening in your chart so you can go a little bit deeper into that if you want. Um, so whenever we have a full moon, if this isn't already obvious, the sun and here, I think this is Jules, I'm gonna let her in. Hey, hey Jules. Yeah, no worries. I got your text message. Welcome. Hey. Okay. We just got started, so you didn't miss anything. Um, the sun and the moon are opposite each other. So we have the sun currently is in Taurus right now. And hey, Jules, I can't hear you, Jules. Are you trying to say something?
I'm so sorry. Is my speaker on? Oh
Yeah,
my gosh, how embarrassing. Let me turn that off. I'm just listening.
that's okay. Okay, cool. Okay, cool, guys. Um, yeah, so whenever we have a full moon, the moon is going to be opposite the sun. Whenever you have a new moon, the sun and the moon are in the same sign. So when things are opposite, it's obviously creating a balancing effect. No worries, Jules, at all. And so it is balancing out the solar, more focused energy that is going on with the sun being in Taurus. This is this axis is probably my favorite. It's hard to pick. It's hard to say my favorite, but I might be partial to the Scorpio Taurus axis because I have so many Scorpio planets. I have my North and South node in Taurus and Scorpio as well, and just a lot of the way this axis is just very familiar to me. So I really love, and I really love, if you were on the new moon call in Taurus, I think I was saying on there like that the Taurus new moon is one of my favorite moons, my favorite new moons. It's because it's such a perfect fresh beginning, like it's very manifestation focused. It's all about planting the seeds. And the Scorpio full moon is very transformational. It is like we've planted these seeds with the new moon, and now it's seeing where are we in our own way to that next step, and being able to take that part of our inner world and transform it into who we really are so that we can actually move forward into those things that we say that we want out of life, because we can say that we want all these things and that's amazing and you deserve to have whatever things that you desire. There's a reason why you're desiring specific things, but we're never going to get there if we're not willing to make changes, if we're not willing to sacrifice the part of ourself that is in our way. And that's what Scorpio is really about. It is burning down, trans transforming us, turning the lead to gold. And it's really it's that process of death so we can be reborn. We have to let something die. And full moons are also, in a way, like they are a letting go. They are a completion of a cycle. So there's this dual letting go energy. Taurus loves to hold on to things, and Scorpio lets things go. Scorpio is constantly letting things go to transform, and Taurus is constantly like bringing in something and wants to hold on to it and make it consistent and make it reliable. This kind of brings me into something that came to my mind, I think yesterday. I think it was yesterday that I was like, this is very Taurus Scorpio, and I wasn't really trying to think of something to go with this moon or anything, but this really came into my mind. And I knew I wanted to bring it here. And it's this phrase that we've all used or heard, which is saving the best for last. And I want you to think about this phrase. And there's a couple ways that I think about this. And the first way that is very, I think, very positive, and the thing that is very helpful, and it's something that I have found to be helpful in a lot of different areas of life. But I remember when I first like would implement something like this when I was working a certain job, and it was like, okay, I'm gonna go, and I know I have like these tasks ahead of me in this job, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna start with the one that I hate the most, that takes the longest, that's the most irritating. I'm gonna do that first, and then I'm gonna end with the thing that's the easiest, that I like the best, and then my work day is gonna be so much easier and smoother. So it's this idea of saving the best for last. And you can apply this to so many things. And I don't know if you guys are like me, but I it's like if someone gives you a gift and it's like this beautiful candle, or it's something that is like something that's usable, like a, let's say, a really nice essential oil that was really expensive, or you have something that's very luxurious and that makes you feel like really like fancy and rich, and it's something that's meant to be used, but you just don't know when you're going to use it because it's so precious and so nice that you're like, I just can't use this thing. I can't burn this candle. It's too pretty. And it was so expensive, or it was a gift that I got. And who knows if I'll ever get this again. And you're almost just waiting to save it for something special. You're waiting to like utilize this thing. And I was thinking about that, and it's like we sometimes we are so afraid to let go of something that we find really precious, um, that we because we think that we're not going to get that thing again. Like we're not going to see that come around again. So we're always trying to save it for last because it's so nice. It's so good. We want to save like the good parts for the end. And I think that that is the negative of that mentality. The mentality can be used, like I was saying in the beginning, of getting through something that's difficult and prolonging your energy in a certain kind of way, and almost like savoring. And all these things are very Taurus. It's like you're savoring. Like I know when I'm eating something, I'm gonna eat the bite that like the most. Like that's the last bite that I want to take, which is great. It's perfect. I like it like that. But then getting into your head of, I also want to use the beautiful things in life and not be afraid that they're just going to run out because I didn't save them for some special thing that might never come. Because what does that even mean? Like everything can be a special moment if you want it to be, if you make it that way. And I think that there's a scarcity piece that could be there if you're waiting to be your best, to look your best, to feel your best. And you can apply that to so many things. It's that same mentality of not doing a certain thing because you either don't want to waste your energy on it because you're saving that energy for some other thing. It's like you're trying to always save energy. You think that if I expend myself here, I'm not going to have enough energy here. If I spend this money here, I'm not going to have enough money here. And it's constantly fighting this lack feeling. And it's this constant feeling of either I'm holding on to it or I'm letting go of it and it's gone forever and I'm never going to see it again. So this is that duality with Taurus and Scorpio, because Taurus holds on. It wants to hold on to things, but it brings things in. It's ruled by Venus. It's the magnetic. It's the pulling in, the manifesting. Scorpio lets everything go. It kills everything. It's ruled by Mars. It's more masculine in that way, even though it's a feminine sign, because it's a water sign. It is still, it's more willing to just let everything die. Now you have to have a balance between the two things, because if you're constantly just destroying everything and just burning through everything, like, well, I'm just going to treat myself every single day because I'm worth it and I'm just going to do it till I'm broke, that's obviously not going to work either. So these two things, these two signs do have a huge tie to money and self-worth, because our self-worth is our value system, and money are directly related. It's how we value things, it's how we value ourselves. That's very Taurus second house. And then the eighth house is the Scorpio house. It extends to also other people in our intimate relationships and how we value each other and our shared resources, our intimate, connected resources. Okay. So I wanted to share on that because I was like, that's makes so much sense to me. And I see that in my own self a lot. And I see it with like certain hey Rob. I see it with like especially you can tie this into self-care a lot, I feel like. At least I see that in myself. It's like, oh, if I'm gonna take this really nice bath, but I'm gonna like save this bath for when I really, really need it in every single level. And I'm gonna use this nice bath bomb, but only I'm gonna save it for like this very specific moment. And it's like you're always saving your self-care for these very specific, maybe it's like a mom thing too. It's like these very special, specific moment. And so you like wait till that moment, but it's like this can be a continuous thing. It doesn't have to be only in these very special moments, but you can make more moments special, is I guess another thing that I'm trying to get at. You can make more moments special. And when you're doing that, you're also telling the energy and you're telling God that you're able to bring that back in again faster. It's just like with money when you have an aligned way of spending it. I'm not saying I'm an expert on money at all. Um, but I do find that these are related too. It's like you're opening back up. You're not holding and holding and holding, and then there's no room for anything else. You're opening up, you're letting things go, you're able to hold again, you're able to let it go. It's flowing, right? It's the water. Scorpio is water, it's flowing, it's that letting go. Taurus is earth, it's holding. You want to be able to hold, you want to be able to hold large amounts of money, you want to be able to hold large amounts of beautiful things and fill your life and your house and your environment and all these things. But you also want to be able to share and extend and let it go and know that it is going to come back tenfold to you if you are, remaining in integrity and not going crazy like a freaking maniac spending every single dime that you have because why not? YOLO. Which I've definitely been there in my life, especially before having responsibilities. It's like I'm just going to treat myself every day. Every day I'm going to treat myself because why not? But yeah, finding this balance in there in that. Um, and it feels good to do that and not, I guess, not always needing to save the best for last to the very, very end. You don't want to save living your life until you're 70 years old or you're on your deathbed and you're waiting and just waiting and waiting and waiting to do whatever that thing is or to say whatever that thing is or to have whatever experience that you want to have. So I guess you see where you are individually on that spectrum. Maybe you are the person that's just like hyper spending, hyper out. Everything is um you're letting go all the time, you're destroying everything all the time. I've definitely been, like I was saying, just like even destroying things, the same kind of energy. I have a lot of Scorpio, so maybe that's why, but a lot of like if I have a really good thing, I kind of burn it down because it's just like testing every little thing. Like, oh, how good is this? Oh, is it good even if I do this? Is it still there if I do this? And then eventually you just destroy everything. So you got to see where you are in that spectrum. And maybe you're just like, oh, this is a really good thing. I'm not going to do anything to mess this up. So I'm just going to do nothing. And then it's stagnancy. And that in both ways are imbalanced. They're both incorrect. They're both not going to get you what you want, right? So being able to see that polarity right now, especially because we are in this day of that polarity, is available to be worked with. So something to think about, where are you on that spectrum? And then we will go through at the end, if you know your rising sign, we can go through what houses these are in so you can see when this energy is present. At any time this energy is present, the Scorpio and Taurus, you're going to see what areas of life that's always activating for you as an individual. Um, let me see what time it is real quick. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and we'll go into the gene keys. I also wanted to say this. So the moon is at 22 degrees of Scorpio. So if you have your birth chart, or even if you have like a human design chart, as well, you can see if you have any planets at 22 degrees Scorpio or any 22 degrees, it could be making an aspect with something else. That's where this is happening today. And in Gene Keys / human design, this is gate / key 43. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Mainly the gene key, but we'll talk about the human design first, I guess. So when you talk about gene keys and human design, if you don't know anything about that, essentially they're taking a specific, I think it's like 5.34 degrees of a certain sign. So for example, the 43 is like between like 18 to 20 something Scorpio. That's the little portion. So it's like there's about like 5 or 6 gene keys or human design gates per sign. There's 64 total. And so we're focusing in on a specific portion of that sign. So a specific portion of Scorpio for this moon, right? And each one has its own feel to its own archetype, and it's related to the I Ching and all this stuff. I'm not going to go too into that, but I just wanted to give that little background. So we're dealing with the 43 is where the moon itself is, and the sun in Scorpio is opposite, right? That's in the 23. And in human design, is it in the 23? Yeah. Okay, that's actually interesting because I don't know if that always ends up being the same. This actually makes a channel in human design, but I'm not sure if that always happens with each opposite thing. I don't think it always makes a channel in human design, but it does for this one. So the 23 and the 43, and this is the channel of structuring, and it's from the ajna, which is like the mind to the throat. It connects the mind to the throat. And so this is really this channel is also called the genius to freak, which is kind of an interesting phrase, but I love it. I have this channel in my chart defined, but if whether or not you have it defined natally for you, this is defined today for everybody. And it's kind of this idea of getting these really insane insights and being able to express them. And it's like, are you a genius or are you just a freak? It's like maybe you're a little bit of both. You know, it kind of can come out in these weird ways. But I'm not going to go too deep into human design because I really want to talk about the gene keys because I really, really like the gene keys myself. And so this gene key 43, we're going to talk about the 3 parts of it, which is that transformational piece going from the shadow of deafness to the gift of insight to the city or the highest expression of epiphany. And we'll start with deafness, and and this rules this the area of the body that this gene key is associated with is the inner ear. And so it's kind of like, oh, deafness, inner ear, like, yeah, it makes sense. But it's not actually about literal being deaf. Obviously, it's not just about, oh, you just can't hear. But it does have to do with acoustics, and it does have to do with this deeper hearing. It's the inner voice. It's hearing the inner voice. Are you deaf to your own self? And it's not being deaf as in no one's home, like it's all blank up there, there's nothing going on. It is, are you filled with constant chatter that you can't even really hear what is real and true? So that shadow is, it's about not being able to either decipher your own inner voice from somebody else's, not being able to hear your own intuition, or even being deaf to what someone is trying to maybe tell you because you think that you know everything, or your mind is so filled with chatter that you're like constantly worried about oh my god, I don't know, like this this like that is also deafness because you're not hearing the truth. There's like all this uncertainty, and the mind is crazy. If you don't know this already, which I'm sure you probably do, I think everybody knows that the mind is out of control if it's just left to its own devices. It's not meant to be in charge. So when the mind is just kind of let to roam free, like be all insane, you are going to feel very unstable, unsettled. The mind will run in circles all day long. It has no problem giving you more like chatter, more things over and over and over again, all day, all night long. No problem. It's not going to get tired of it. It's up to you to have the responsibility over your own self to know what is true and what is not true, what needs to be there, what doesn't need to be there. And it's more about slowing down and learning how to decipher what is just noise and what is actually your own intuitive voice or God speaking to you through your intuition. So, okay, I have some notes here. Yeah, I want to make sure that I cover everything with this. Yeah, and so like kind of what I was saying before with the Scorpio energy, because this is a Scorpio archetype, there's constant transformation. And there's a lot of like um newness with this, especially with this specific key. It's a lot of like surprise, insight, right? Insight's the gift. So it's like this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing. And I think and you know what, this is so funny to me too. Like I have this is my pearl in Gene Keys. And like I'm also in human design a silence, digestion, cognition, like having the silence, the literal like I don't want to hear any freaking noise sometimes is so helpful for for the mental noise. So you don't really need to have the silence, the low sound digestion to benefit from this, but especially if you have this gene key and you're trying to work with it, or if it's activated like it is today, literally like plugging your ears, being in a quiet, literal quiet place is actually so helpful to hear what is actually going on with your thoughts and what is actually true or not true. Because you're also, with this gene key, you're picking up a lot of everybody else's noise. You're just really absorbent to all the noise. So you start to hear everything. You're feeling on everybody's like projected mind. You're just absorbing all of it. And then it's just loud chaos, craziness. And you're just like, oh my God, like, I don't even know. Like, it's just so much. So, literally taking time in silence or separating yourself from other people. And I think in general, this is very helpful for getting inner clarity. Taking time out of other people's energy, out of other people's projections, so you can really feel what is your own thoughts and your own feelings, and then slowly being able to decipher through them what is truth. What is truth? What do I actually know? And not needing to fill your mind with thoughts that by thinking that you need to know everything, because it's not about really knowing everything. And with this gene key, there can be that's part of the shadow. It's being like, well, I know this, so I don't really need to listen over here because I already know it, and that's the deafness. And we all can do this, you know. We're all just like, well, I'm pretty sure I know this about myself. I'm pretty sure I have this idea, and you might be totally correct, but it's not gonna hurt you to be open to what is trying to come through, because then we'll go into the gift, right? Insight is I believe insight can come from, it's like that gap, that like pause. And it's like the mind is not necessarily like the best thoughts, the best insights, and the best like epiphanies even come when you are in a neutral space, when you're not like, and they might come while you're like studying something or taking something in, but it's like the mind is not being overwhelmed by all of this outside or inside, I guess. Like, oh, I'm thinking about this, and then this person thinks about it like this, and then they do it like this, and I do it like this. You're not going to get insight from that. you're not going to gain clarity from that state. So being able to, I guess, do that same practice, like I was saying, where literally, if you're struggling, find a quiet place, go outside, create a lot of neutral space for yourself. Create a lot of space where you're like you're washing the dishes or something, and you're not learning, trying to learn something. You're not on the phone. You're just there in the moment, and that's when you're going to gain exactly what you need um, through you into your mind and into your ajna, um, and gain that insight. Let me see if I yeah, so it's literally this whole gene key is about mastering the mind because it's located in the mind center, you could say. And it's about being able to not like being willing to transform different thoughts. It's kind of that same thing that what I was saying before with the Taurus Scorpio dynamic being like where if you're Taurus heavy, you could say as an archetype, you're holding on to things. You don't want to change. Do you think you're going to have an insight if you're not open to change anything? No, because an insight is automatically going to bring you something completely new. It's like you're not, if you already know it, then it's not an insight. It's just like your thoughts running the same pattern. An insight is like a pattern breaking new thing, like, oh shit, I never looked at it like that. Oh, cool. Well, if you're not willing to be open to let go, to transform a thought, you're not going to have an insight and you're definitely not going to have an epiphany. An epiphany being like the highest form of that, where you're just like knowing things that you never could have known, that there's no way that you could have, like you didn't learn it, you weren't reading it in a book, it's not from somebody else's words that you just read somewhere, listened to. It's coming like straight from God into your brain about whatever topic that you might not even know anything about. It could be like you could have an epiphany of like some scientific equation solving something. You know, it's not something you can force and it's not something that you can learn. It's something that you allow, that you surrender to, and that you are open to your mindset and your way of thinking and your patterns changing. If you're not open to those things changing or the things that you know changing, if you're not open to knowing something that you don't know, then you're not going to have an insight, you're not going to have an epiphany. Um, yeah. So being open to the fact that you don't know anything, you know things and you don't know things. And if you're open to not knowing things and you're open to whatever I do know, it could completely change and it could be fucking amazing. Um, then you're gonna get some really good insights. So that is the Gene Key 43. I also want to say with this the crystal, the mineral associated, according to the Gene Key website, you can look this up yourself as well, is cinnabar. I don't know if you guys have heard of cinnabar before, but it's like a red kind of crystal. It's like a really pretty red, deep red. And I just looked up a couple things that online what it said it benefits you with. So if you're curious about it, but it's good for vitality, protection, manifestation, and emotional healing. So that is apparently a crystal associated with this specific gene key. So you can look into that, or maybe you have that. I don't know. I've never heard of that one before. I don't have that myself. Let me see what time it is. I don't want to hold you guys here too long past the hour, but I want to talk about the dream arc animals because you guys know I love the adding the animals into this as well. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I took pictures of their messages. So if you don't know, this is straight from essential oil, not from the Gene Key website, but that would be cool. I know Scorpio definitely has like a lot of plant associations and um I mean I could think of like a specific like Scorpio thing. It would be really cool. I've thought about this too because it's like they have the dream arcs, they have the animals, they have the minerals. There should be someone that like puts out all the plants for all the gene keys, like that goes with each one. I feel like that'd be so fun to do. Um, but I would just feel into it. If you know enough about plants or essential oils, then you might be able to like relate something to that. So something that's good, maybe like rosemary or something for like the clarity of the mind would probably be really good. Um, okay. What I'm gonna do is read from the Dream Arc animals. If you don't know, in the Gene Keys, there's like another layer called the Dream Arc, and it's all of the 64 Gene Keys. They have three animals associated with them. They have one for the Shadow, Gift, and City. And the Dream Arc is a whole nother course that I'm taking that you could take. It's really cool. It's very, very beautiful, really. It adds like a really grounded, different like vibe to all of this. And I just like to read out their messages because it's really interesting and it gives a different depth to that gene key. But I'm reading it from the course that I have. So you have to buy the course if you want to get like all those little messages and stuff. But um yeah, I think it's really cool and I'll read it to you guys. So for the 43, the shadow fear key is the electric eel, and it's the fear of rejection, and it's one of the hunters. So the guidance for the electric eel, I'm the electric eel. I am unique among fish. As a hunter, I have a weapon unlike any other creature in Mother's garden. I use shock as a means of catching my prey. I generate a large amount of electrical charge within my body and release it all at once when I need to. I come to you now to give you a jolt awake. What part of your life is asleep? Where are you hurting? Where do you need to shake off your indifference? Where do you feel rejected? Shake it off. You are no victim. Now is the time to act. One of the greatest enemies of higher consciousness is comfort. Stretch your comfort levels in new places. Expand your capacities through your senses. Stretch your body, let go of old emotional wounding patterns. Move on in your life. Reset something major. Break an old habit and reinstall a new one. Awaken your inner creative rebel and embark on a new adventure in which you decide to trust life in whatever she brings you. Be ruthless with yourself whenever you hear your mind or emotions indulging in complaining. I am a ruthless hunter. Use my energy to create a major breakthrough in your life. I also use my electrical impulses for navigation. Whenever life gets really tough, then my skills come alive. You too are built to thrive in tempestuous times. But to be ready for such times requires that you snap out of some of your comfort-based patterns and build your strength and resilience. When the difficult times do come, and be assured that they are coming, you will be swift, light, powerful, and compassionate. Declutter your life, simplify, prepare for what is coming, and then rest and wait. All will be well, and you will know when and how to act when the time comes. I think that was a really good one. Yeah, it's like, Scorpio's just like level up already. Taurus is so about the luxuries and the comforts and the beauty and the yum, and then Scorpio is just like, get fucking real. Like, don't be lazy. Make sure that you're taking action when you take action. It is beautiful, and life can be all the luxurious things you want, but you still have to, you can't sit in it. You can't always hold it. You can't hold it forever. You have to keep up leveling, keep evolving. Okay. The next one we have, this is for the gift level. And so what do they call it? They have like different names. The life key. The life key is the moose. And this is one of the leapers. They have like little categories. Um, okay, so I'm gonna read this to you. So I am moose. Go forth and create. A breakthrough waits within you, just beneath the surface, like water rising up for millennia beneath the earth. There comes a time when it must find its way through to the surface. These are powerful and magical moments in life. If we're not prepared, breakthrough can easily turn into breakdown. So prepare for what is coming. Deep forces in your unconscious, in the collective, are rising up at such times. It is important to clear one's plate, to purify the body and emotions, and to make space for the sacred to for the sacred to come. In the traditions of my people and the tribes who work with me, I am also a guardian creature. Consider heading northwards, either as a pilgrimage or inwardly. Find your true north. The north denotes silence. It denotes either great light or total darkness. Through the symbol of the pole star, it signifies a new direction in life, a new current. It is time to claim an ancient inheritance inside yourself, a gift of your ancestors, and to put this gift to greater use in the world. Open your heart to the creative spirit and trust in where it takes you. I am a leaper. With my assistance on the inner planes, in the dream realm, you can break through to new higher planes of consciousness. The tree growing from my head signifies this ability you have to grow your roots into the world of spirit. At the same time, be strongly rooted in the ancient traditions and in the deep, musty, delicious scents of the earth. Those who fly high do so on account of their deep groundedness in earth, in family, in community. Therefore, build these things into your dreaming, and then you can journey deep into the forests, into the inner worlds, and much of value I will be teach you in these realms. That was a really cool one. So these all have a very similar theme, you know. What did he say in there? It was like prepare for what's coming, and the eel was saying something like that as well. It was like don't just sit there, do something. You gotta like be ready for what life is gonna give you. If you're just sitting there expecting things to just fall in your lap, like they're not gonna fall in your lap. Um, and that's, you know, that's Scorpio to Taurus. And Taurus to Scorpio, they have their connection, they have the way they balance each other. Okay, so this last part, this relates to Epiphany, right? It relates to the city. It's a vision key, and all the vision keys are birds. It's the Sparrowhawk, which is a cute little bird that's vicious, deadly predator. It's one of the hunters, and it's the vision of unexpected epiphany. Now I'm going to read you this. I am Sparrowhawk. My family, which includes all hawks, have always held a special place in your human pantheons. When I appear, especially by surprise, some breakthrough is near. The eye of the hawk is the eye of the sun, that penetrates the skin of the world and opens up the view of a greater vista, of the inner workings of the invisible and the infinite. Behind all events are hidden meanings. Behind all symbols are treasures. There is nothing that is not a symbol. Look at your life now through these eyes. I am a hunter. Hunt for. Sorry, I had to turn the page, and now I'm like, what was I? Hunt for the symbol that speaks most powerfully to your heart. Read into the symbols of the events that you are currently swept up in. Be the cosmic hunter. Everything is symbolic of a profound will that is working through the chaos towards harmony. Take time to contemplate your life situation. Fly around it from different angles. Look at the symbols and players and penetrate the deeper lessons of their behavior. What are you being taught? What secret is being shown to you? How will you translate this fear into the love that it really is? Contemplate. Take your time. The answers will gradually well up within you. Go out into the wide spaces and walk or run beneath the open skies. Let the walls of your conscious mind open up like the petals of a flower, and the deep truths will emerge. Once you have understood the symbols of your own life, you will also learn the gift of assisting others in the same way. Invite them to share their symbols and contemplate them together. Let them do their own work and find their own path towards insight. But gently guide others towards the highest truths that lie within, and be patient. Above all, be patient, as the hunter is always rewarded in the end. Those were so good. I don't know about you guys, but that made a lot of sense to me. It's actually funny because like some of the things that I just read in there, and I didn't read those beforehand. I just read them just now, but it actually is funny because I was listening to a YouTube video earlier today while I was working, and it was all about finding your purpose, and they were talking about like the North Star and um relating that to your purpose and life direction and these kinds of things. And I was like, what the moose was saying, and there's like all these very similar things. Okay, we have about 15 minutes left. I'm gonna open up to you guys so we can share whatever you want to share in here. And if you know what your rising sign is, I can tell you what house this is in, and that's going to give you more depth for your own personal life of what area of life all of this is playing out for you. So if anyone wants to share, you may share.
I'm always curious.
You're always what? Always curious?
Yeah. Tell
Yeah.
me about my rising.
Okay. Let me.
You know what mine is anyway, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
So for you, Gemini, or any Geminis listening, this is your one, two, sixth house. Yeah. So your sixth house, all about your lifestyle, routines, health, habits, work, your service to the world. This axis is the sixth and 12th house axis, and the 12th is all about spirituality and the hidden realms, the unconscious. And so it's the 12th house is like God, spirit, source, energy, raw potential. The sixth house is embodied spirit. It's like spirit is flowing through you, life is within you, and you're gonna go and live life. So it's all these mundane things that we think are just like, who cares? I get up, I freaking brush my teeth, whatever. All those things for the pure sixth house is like, it's all a sacred thing. It's all presence. It's all intentional. It is spirit living through a physical body. So that is where this is all happening for you. It's just being really present and being really like anything in your life, in your health and your routines that you are ready to like completely change up. This would be the perfect time. Anything that you feel like is holding you back in a certain way, you want to switch up what you do, you want to add something in, take something out. This is the perfect time for that with this full moon, especially. It's like cut out all the shit that is in the way because it's like it's in the fucking way. Do you want to get where you're supposed to be? Like, do it, whatever that is. Or it could just be like everything is fucking awesome, everything is good, and just soak it up, enjoy it. But yeah, the routine, the lifestyle, everything that has to do with that makes up your day, everything that makes up your day, whatever that is. So,
Well, it could have a big shake up anyway. So we should hear if we get this house, the shake up's gonna happen.
when do you find out?
I don't know. Maybe in the next day or so, I'd say. Nathan's gonna call them this morning. So
Oh my gosh. You have to let me know what happens either way. But
I
yeah.
started taking the aminos and I'm so inspired by your booty, Jules. Oh my God.
Right? I know.
You're there and you can hear me. So I've started taking the aminos and I've been working really hard on gaining muscle for months and months and months to no avail. So I'm hoping that the aminos ups everything and I can get this muscle happening. I feel like, I don't know if I'm dreaming, but I feel like I have noticed a difference already in a week. It's subtle, but I feel like I have noticed a bit of a difference. Anyway.
Hell
And as far as routines go, I just feel like every little thing is a bit sacred. I love doing all those mundane little things and, just putting oils on my face and just really getting loving into that motion and even cleaning my teeth. I love doing those things. So yeah, that was good. I enjoyed listening to that little thing. Thank you.
You're welcome. I think Jules said in here, she said the aminos helped her within days. And then she said, have you checked your vitamin D levels or B levels or done blood work? Because she said she couldn't gain muscle on all fruit and she sees others do it. And she said, yes, it was so good.
I don't think I'm going to go back to a doctor ever again, Jules. So I won't probably ever find out.
Yeah.
I'll just watch And
Can you do like a blood, like do it not through a doctor? Like a kit that's like send it to a lab and then they just mail you everything and you don't talk to a doctor. Like they
I
mail
don't think,
you the results.
yeah, I don't think so. I don't know. I don't really care anyway about
Your body's already telling you anyway. It's like, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. And I think that you already you already know, like you're saying, like you're trying these aminos and you know that that you are wanting more clean, higher protein. And I think it'll help because it's helped a lot of people. I just started taking them too because I just got a ULT, like their lifestyle transformation parasite cleanse kit thing, like not even a week ago. So I've been taking the aminos too for the past like 3 or 4 days. I just take 5 a day, just like the
yeah, that's what I'm doing as well.
so
But
let me know what else
yeah,
happens.
it's such a strange feeling though, having a tablet.
And they're so gross, in my opinion. They
I
taste
don't
so
know,
bad.
they're just putting something in my mouth like that just feels so strange and foreign. And yeah, it's just such a weird feeling. But
Yeah.
and then I started having some funny tummy things happening too. And I thought, oh, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the shake up.
Yeah. Let me know. Yeah.
And then getting to that Sparrowhawk, getting,
Yeah.
getting in there and doing all of the work, doing these things and seeing everything play out and what happens, doing
I
the
was
hard.
just yeah. The Sparrowhawk apparently is like kind of small, but it's like super efficient killer. It's a little like menace. But
That's
there's
what I was thinking, like this little tiny hawk being really, yeah, efficient and fast and really honing in and
it hones in, like the detriment of it is it'll like frequently get like hit by cars or like because
oh,
it sees its prey and it doesn't see anything else. It's just like I'm gonna get that thing. And it's like but it's like blind to to danger around it. So they'll like get hit by cars and stuff. So I was like, wow. So there's always the negative thing to it, but it's like the intensity and the pure just like power behind that and the success because it is like it's gonna
yeah,
win. It's gonna kill its thing and eat it and have its meal and have its reward and um yeah, like it said in there, it's just like having the patience, knowing when is the right time to make moves and when is the right time to just be observing and be open.
yeah. So in
And
the city level, it's not going to be
right.
blocked.
Right. It's probably going to be more like knowing exactly the right time to strike, being able to take in the full surroundings and then, you know, go in for it. Because it's also like if we're looking at it in relating to the mind and this whole thing where it's like it can be like when deafness it's all closed in on itself. In the city, it's all open, but it's not open taking in everybody's shit and being like, oh my God, I'm gonna listen to you because you told me to do this and you told me to do this. It's like you are only gonna listen to the truth and you have to know how to differentiate the truth, but you're not doing it by just shutting everything out. You're doing it by taking everything in and knowing what is true and being able to decipher the truth and then,
Yeah. Well,
act.
discernment is key, isn't it?
So key. And it can, some things I feel like are easier to know what is true, and some things it's well, what is the best thing to do? Like this could be the best thing. This could be the best thing. This could be the best thing. And it can be a journey. Like it can be a journey with it too. And I don't think it's black and white. I think it's like maybe just knowing what is the next step and then the next step and the next step because you're not necessarily going to know everything and it's like the epiphany thing. It's like it might just come in an instant of one specific thing And it doesn't mean that you know your whole life every single step of the way and everything. It's all about that surprise and that like thing. And but if you can just know what the next step is, then you're golden. Like life is good. You are going to be on the right path, so to speak, even though it's like anytime you're following God, you're on the right path, no matter if you're running into a challenge, because that challenge is going to help you. If you're not following God, no matter if you're making $1 million, you're on the wrong path and you're going to hate your life. So it's like, how does that feel in your life? Like, how do you feel in your life? You know, no matter what is in front of you. And obviously, you determine also how you're going to choose to take certain things and feel in certain things. But you know, if you're not in integrity, like, you know, if you're not listening to what you're supposed to do, it's like, oh, I'm sitting on the couch eating chips, but I know I'm supposed to go and like make a juice or something. I'm not going to do it. Then, like, you might feel happy in those 5 seconds, but you know that that ain't it. And you're not going to get the rewards that you want or that you say that you want. But yeah. Yes. Amazing.
Yeah. Ah, thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Also. Anybody else want to share your rising or anything?
My rising is Taurus.
Yes, I knew that. Yeah, this is your first and seventh house.
Mm-hmm.
So the seventh is it's partnerships, relationships. It can be your marriage, it can be like your partner, but it can also just be anybody. It could be any other person. It's the other. It's the not you. It's the reflection. So it's really, and then the Taurus, your first house, that's you. So the sun is in your first house. You're kind of getting this personal rebirth in a way with this whole Taurus season. It's going to feel like that. And then the moon is balancing that by being like, well, also there could be focus on how is everybody else feeling as well. And not about taking in their feelings and making them yours and muddling anything, but being able to see from another's perspective as well, being open to what other people might have for you, maybe others' insights that they might have for you as well, or your insights that you might have for other people, and being able to share that at the right time.
Okay.
But yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Great. And then, oh my God, I know you told me your name isn't Kara. Is it something with a D? Is it
Oh yeah, I'm Danny.
Danny? I'm like, I don't want to say Denise. I'm like, that's not it. Danny. I don't know if you wanted to share anything or if you know your rising sign. Yeah.
I'm an Aquarius rising.
Oh,
Not
cool.
sure what that means.
Yeah, so Aquarius rising. This is your this is your 10th. Yeah, your 10th house. So Aquarius rising in general, if you don't know what that means, like you're saying, your rising is the aspect of yourself that you are meant to continuously strive to live in the highest aspect of, like the highest level of that archetype. So all the signs are just archetypes. They just represent different human archetypes that we have. So Aquarius is the inventor. Aquarius is the weirdo. Like they're the scientist. They're gonna be doing their own thing, a little bit strange, but very inventive. It's like the genius, like the mad genius. That's like people might look and be like, no one knows what you're doing, but you're like, trust me, this is actually a thing. And you like make the trend, as with the Aquarius energy. So you're meant to step into the highest frequencies of Aquarius, which is just being really, really being able to read the energy of the collective and know what's coming and embody what the next thing is before it hits everybody else. because you kind of lead the way with that. So it's like the things that you do that are weird, or the way you dress in a weird way, or how you present yourself in a different kind of way is like pulling everybody towards the next thing. Aquarius is always going to be on the leading edge of what's next, of evolution. Yeah, so it's like a little bit with Aquarius rising. So Scorpio's in your 10th house is what that means as well. And your 10th house is the house that is like the most seen. So it's at the very top of the chart. And this is the place where you are in your gifts, sharing your gifts with the world. So it could also be associated with your career or whatever you choose to do in the world that you are going to be known for. It's like how people see you in the world. Like they might not know you, they might not even know your name, but they like maybe know of you. Maybe it's like they know your last name. They know it's like your reputation or something that is carried on, like a legacy. But in a simple way, you could just say career or something that you are meant to share with the world and be seen for, recognized for. So that's where your Scorpio is. That's where this full moon is. It's like, what is holding you back from fully expressing your gifts, fully being who you're meant to be, fully stepping into your own power and sharing that? Because it's not really meant to just be for you. It's meant to be for everybody. We're all meant to do something to better the world, not just better ourselves. And we don't even really want to do that anyway, because it doesn't even end up feeling good. And sometimes, especially with Scorpio in the 10th house is like naturally a little bit behind the scenes. Scorpio is kind of like, I just don't really need anyone to recognize me. I'm good. Like, I'm going to do my own thing. I don't care if anybody really sees it, but I still have, there's so many layers that it's like really hard for everybody to see everything. And they don't need to see everything, but it's like, that's just in a general sense with Scorpio in the 10th house. It's like there's a very mystical, deep, understanding of the inner workings of specific things that you naturally know that you're meant to share with other people to help them know, because it's not everybody knows certain things, and we all could always learn. We're all always learning, because none of us know everything anyway. But yeah, being for this specific full moon is like, where are you having stagnancy in that area of life, like in what you know that you are wanting to bring into the world, share with the world, or what you're feeling called and pulled to share. Like, why aren't you sharing it? What's holding you back from that? Like, do you not want to be seen? Do you want to be seen? Are you being seen and then you're getting rejected? Because that's like Scorpio's nightmare. It's like, please don't reject me, because it's deep down, Scorpio's very sensitive. Or are you just like, I just want to be in my house? Like Taurus is in your 4th house, so it's like I have my palace in here. I'm very comfortable. It's beautiful. It's luxurious. It's comfy. It's warm, and it's like I don't want to go out there and like do all these extra things. I don't know your full chart, so I don't know how accurate that is in relation to you. But transform that shit. Transform what is holding you back from being seen, and essentially holding others back from what you have to offer them. So yeah.
Amen, sister. That's beautiful. And thank you for sharing your gift.
You're welcome. Thank you guys for being here. This was so fun. I have this, obviously this is recorded. I'm gonna post it so you can have it later. And on the 20th is the Saturn in Aries workshop. If you want to come, it's $22, and this is going to talk about the Saturn in Aries transit. We're going to talk about Saturn in Pisces, where it just was, and now it's in Aries, or it's going to be in Aries, and it's going to be there for 2.5 years. So I'm really pumped to talk about this transit because I love Saturn, and it's going to be really fun to have Saturn in Aries, because it's been Pisces, and it's been just Saturn in Pisces is like a lot. It's just a difficult place for it to be, but yeah. Coming into a new sign. So that's what's next. And then I think it's on the, oh God, let me give you the exact date here. Let me not tell you false information. The new moon gathering, the last gathering this month is going to be on the 26th. And these are all both it's always at 6 p.m. Eastern. It's pretty much when I do everything. So new moon in Gemini on the 26th. Saturn and Aries workshop is on the 20th. That one's $22. The other one's free. And that's what I got for this month. Anyways, thank you guys so much for being here. I hope to see you all later. And Danny, did you come from Facebook?
Yeah, I came from Jules was sharing the link for the meetup.
Cool. So I don't know if you're on Instagram, but I share most of my stuff on Instagram. It's at Scorpio Root.
Okay,
You
I'll
can
find
find me
you.
there. My other one's Bright Roots Alive is like my personal page, and then Scorpio Roots like my astrology page as well. So if you want to stay in touch or anything, I would absolutely love that. I would love to have you. Again,
I'll follow you.
glad that you're here. Thank you for being here. It's nice to meet
Same.
you. And yeah, guys, enjoy your day/night. I will see you all next time. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Bye.
Bye, guys.